touched the sky, before the oceans learned to rise, before the stars began to glow. Only heaven's spirit moved below. Empty waters, endless night, no horizon, no sunlight, silence waiting for a sound, till the voice of God rang out, let there be light. And morning came, darkness trembled at his name, golden fire filled the air, life awakening everywhere. Day by day the world was formed by the power of the Lord. In the beginning heaven spoke, and the universe awoke. Every star and every sea moved in holy harmony. In the beginning love designed every color, shape and time. From the dust to skies above, everything was made with love. Fields of green and rivers wide, living creatures multiplied, birds ascending through the blue. Every word he spoke came true. Then he formed a man from clay, breathed in life in a sacred way. In a garden bright and free, human hearts began to beat. Walking closely without fear, God himself was drawing near. In the beginning heaven spoke, and the universe awoke. Every star and every sea moved in holy harmony. In the beginning love designed every color, shape and time. From the dust to skies above, everything was made with love. Peace like rivers filled the land, hope was resting in their hands. No more sorrow, no more pain, only joy and gentle rain. But beyond the garden walls, something waited for the fall. Soft chorus. In the beginning, pure and bright, everything was filled with light. Yet the story still unfolds, more than anyone could know. And the wind moved through the trees, carrying eternity. 'Cause heels made my son with one, and heels make the sings of birds. And heroes make the sun with wanted well. And the waters really shows it rise. And the ocean, 'cause heels make the sun with one, and heels make the sings of well. And heroes make the sun with wanted rise. And the waters reading shows it rise. Wow. In the billows is lifting right, senders sun relieved outside. Evil electric goes into lights, in peace mold found coast to skies. And the lasting spray till dawn, go down to them a barrel true. In the beginning Herod burns, with the Dunsky gates and blurs. Kirkon shining fast with you, ask your house let tease do. Just call me notes to be phoned by those gambles.
In the garden fair and bright, the Lord did walk in
tree was good for food, till man departed from the good. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, and unto the woman he softly did appeal. Yea, hath God truly said, ye shall not eat lest ye be dead? And Eva beheld the fruit so fair, with longing eyes and silence there. She took and ate, then Adam too, and innocence from them withdrew. Then where their eyes opened wide, and fear entered where peace did abide. Oh, sorrow came to Eden's door like never known before. Fig leaves cannot hide the shame, nor cover sin and blame. And the voice of God did call, after mankind's fearful fall, Adam, where art thou this day? As the light began to fade away, unto the ground the curse was spoken, and the holy peace was broken. By the sweat upon thy face shalt thou labor all thy days, and unto dust shalt thou return, for the wage of sin do burn. Yet mercy shine within the night, a promise clothed in heaven's light. Though man had wandered from the way, grace was already on display. Oh, sorrow came to Eden's door like never known before. Yet even in the judgment strong, the Lord still sang redemption song, and the voice of God remained, though the world was filled with pain. Mercy walked beside the flame, and hope so called mankind by name. Beyond the garden, far from home, man began the earth to roam. Yet through the ages, loud and clear, the Lord would still be drawing near. Strong, the Lord still sang redemption song, and the voice of God remained, though the world was filled with pain. Mercy walked beside the flame, and hope so called mankind by name. Beyond the garden, far from home, man began the earth to roam. Yet through the ages, loud and clear, the Lord will still be drawing near. Beyond the garden, far from home, man began the earth to roam. Yet through the ages, loud and clear, the Lord will still be drawing near. Oh, sorrow came to Eden's door like never known before. Yet even in the judgment strong, the Lord still sang redemption song, and the voice of God remained, though the world was filled with pain. Mercy walked beside the flame, and hope so called mankind by name. Beyond the garden, far from home, man began the earth to roam. Yet through the ages, loud and clear, the Lord will still be drawing near. The Lord still sang redemption song, and the voice of God remained, though the world was filled with pain. Mercy walked beside the flame, and hope so called mankind by name. Beyond the garden, far from home, man began the earth to roam. Yet through the ages, loud and clear, the Lord will still be drawing near.
She bare sons into this life, one tilled the ground with weary hand, one kept the sheep upon the land. And Abel brought the firstlings fair, the finest of his flock with care. But Cain did bring the fruit of field, an offering he would not fully yield. And God looked kindly upon the lamb, and favor rested upon that man. But Cain was filled with wrath inside, and envy would no longer hide. Then the Lord unto Cain did say, Sin crusheth near thee night and day. O Cain, why art thou wroth this night? Why hath anger dimmed thy light? If thou doest well indeed, blessing surely shall proceed. But jealousy became a flame, and sorrow followed Cain by name. In the field where mercy cried, righteous Abel fell and died. Then the voice of God came near, heavy with both grief and fear. Where is Abel, thy brother dear? Yet Cain replied without a tear, Am I keeper of his soul? As judgment thundered through the whole. For Abel's blood from earth did cry, beneath the silent darkened sky. Though judgment fell upon the land, still mercy stayed the Lord's own hand. Though judgment fell upon the land, still mercy stayed the Lord's own hand. O Cain, thou wandered far from peace, till thy restless days would never cease. Yet even through thy fallen way, God's mercy lingered for the day. For the Lord is slow to wrath, though man depart from righteous path. And every age still tells the pain of the first blood shed by Cain. And east of Eden man did roam, still searching for a distant home. Still searching for a distant home. Still searching for a distant home.
And the earth was filled with sin, violence rose among all men. Yet one walked humbly in God's sight, a faithful man in darkest night. Noah found grace before the Lord, and trusted every spoken word. Though skies were clear and rain unknown, he built the ark through faith alone. The people mocked with hardened eyes, ignoring all the warnings cried. Yet day by day the hammer rang, as heaven's mercy still remained. For God is patient, rich in grace, yet judgment comes in its own place. For God is patient, rich in grace, yet judgment comes in its own place. For God is patient, rich in grace, yet judgment comes in its own place. For God is patient, rich in grace, yet judgment comes in its own place. Oh, Noah, builder in the rainless land, holding hope with faithful hands. Though the world refused to hear, thou didst walk without fear. And when the fountains broke the deep, the Lord remembered all his sheep. Through waters dark and thunder strong, grace would carry life along.
Now the Lord hath spoken clear unto Abram without a fear. Leave thy country and thy kin to a land I'll show thee in the end. So Abram journeyed by the stars through desert winds and distant far, not knowing where the road would bend, yet trusting God until the end. The sands were wide, the nights were long, still faith became his pilgrim song. For every promise heaven made would stand, the world should pass away. And the Lord said, lift thine eyes, count the stars that fill the skies. Over and he canst easify the style, and that with spirit I'll. And the stars that fill the skies, still faith because of billions can. With people the world aboard my zone, and sing the way that saying send. Though thy path was yet unknown, God would lead thee safely home. And through the years his voice remained a covenant that would not change. For every nation yet to be was resting in thy destiny. Then altars rose upon the land, built by faithful weathered hands. And every flame beneath the night declared the Lord was Israel's light. Though time moved slow and hope grew thin, the promise still was held within. For Sarah too would someday see a child born through eternity. For what the Lord hath truly spoken shall not return empty or broken. Over and he can speak. The Lord hath truly spoken shall not return empty or broken. Over and for Abraham, father of faith, trusting every word he gave. And though the waiting tried thy soul, still heaven's hand remained in hold. Through every trial, fear and flame, the Lord continued still the same. And every age remembers now the faith behind thy solemn vow. For Randy can't easify the style, and the stars that fill the skies. Or for every easify the style, and the Lord continued stride. Though time moved slow and hope grew thin, the promise still was held within. For Sarah too would someday see a child born through eternity. For what the Lord hath truly spoken shall not return empty or broken. Over and the Lord shall not have truly spoken shall not return empty or broken. Over and the Abraham, father of faith, trusting every word he gave. And though the waiting tried thy soul, still heaven's hand remained in hold. Through every trial, fear and flame, the Lord continued still the same. And every age remembers now the faith behind thy solemn vow. Randy can't speak, don't regret it, still heaven through the smells of the pea. Get back a help there again, the faith he needs. Walking red, a prairie and the sword. For Abraham, I know man can see the stars, see the bird of trust to find. Her love can be a steady, a real breath that is sons of light. It's so long I see the day things. Blue and I say to back through the within. And bury in the light child. We're praying now your dreams, spins up on the screen. And no one never jails the hand. And Jacob fled into the night, beneath the moon's pale silver light, with stone for pillow, weary soul, yet heaven still was near and whole. Then in a dream the heavens opened wide, and angels moved from side to side, ascending on a ladder bright between the earth and heaven's light. And God above the ladder stood, declaring covenant and good. The land wherein thou liest now shall unto the end seed allow. Though Jacob wandered filled with fear, the voice of God was drawing near. Jacob resting in the night beneath the stars and heaven's light. Though thy road was yet unclear, the Lord himself was standing near, and every promise still remained through every trial, loss, and pain. For where thou goest, God shall be, guiding thee eternally. Then Jacob woke with trembling breath, awakened from the dream he'd met. Surely God is in this place, he whispered, filled with awe and grace. And there he built a sacred stone to mark the ground where God had shown that even in the lonely way, the Lord was near to guide his day. For mercy follows through the land and holds the weary pilgrim's hand. Oh, Jacob, traveler through the years, walking on through doubt and fear, yet heaven watched thee from above, surrounding thee with covenant love. And though the night seemed cold and long, the Lord would be thy strength and song, till every promise spoken true would shine its light on all thou do.
Now Israel loved Joseph more than all the sons he had before. A coat of colors rich and bright was given in his father's sight. And Joseph dreamed beneath the stars of sheaves and moons and things afar. His brethren heard and anger grew, for favor on the young man drew. Yet still the dream within him burned, a holy vision heaven turned. Though envy walked among his kin, the Lord had placed his hand on him. For what God speaks shall come to pass, though trials rise like desert grass. Oh, Joseph, dreamer in the night, keeper of the promised light. Though thy brethren cast thee low, still the Lord did with thee go. And every chain and prison wall could never stop heaven's call. For through the sorrow and the pain, God would raise thee up again. Then silver pieces bought his pain, and Egypt heard his captive chain. Yet in the darkness hope remained, for favor rested on his name. Through every trial, false decree, the Lord remained his victory. And dreams once whispered in the night would soon be standing in the light. Oh, Joseph, the dreamer in the night, keeper of the promised light. For what God speaks shall come to pass, though trials rise like desert grass. Oh, Joseph, dreamer in the night, keeper of the promised light. For what God speaks shall come to pass, though trials rise like desert grass. Oh, Joseph, dreamer in the night, keeper of the promised light. For what God speaks shall come to pass, though trials rise like desert grass. Oh, Joseph, dreamer in the night, keeper of the promised light. For God can turn the deepest wrong into redemption's holy song. Oh, Joseph, the dreamer in the night, keeper of the promised light. For what God speaks shall come to pass, though trials rise like desert grass. Oh, Joseph, dreamer in the night, keeper of the promised light. For God can turn the deepest wrong into redemption's holy song. Oh, Joseph, the dreamer in the night, keeper of the promised light. For what God speaks shall come to pass, though trials rise like desert grass. Oh, Joseph, dreamer in the night, keeper of the promised light. Oh, Joseph, dreamer in the night,